Affluent artists, we are live. What's happening? Type your name or just type where you from in the chat so I know you can hear me. All right, we got artists tuning in from different parts of the country, different parts of the world. Just type where you from in the chat so I know that you can hear me. We're going to get rocking and rolling, all right? Let's get to it. Type where you from in the chat. We're going to get started at 7 sharp. All right, type where you from in the chat. My name is Sharess. I am your host, and I'm excited to share this new opportunity so you can sell your art online to high income collectors. All right. Type where you from in the chat. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. If you see me look over to the side, I got my comments up right here so I can see everybody comment as I'm presenting. From Georgia. I'm from Georgia too, Raven. What's happening? What side? Where about in Georgia you from, Raven? All right, I'm in Georgia too. That's good. You can hear me. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's get into it. All right. California. I see you, California. California in the building. All right, let's get into it. So, affluent artists, listen, man, I'm excited to announce this new opportunity for visual artists to sell their art online in any economy, okay? So if you're ready to divorce being a starving artist so you can emerge as an affluent artist, type yes in the chat for me. I type yes in the chat, okay? Because I know one thing for sure, like if you haven't succeeded in the past, listen, it is not your fault. The art industry does not teach us how to sell art on purpose because they want to control who makes it in the industry. Okay. I see the yeses coming through. All right. And so I know it can be really scary trying to figure out how to make it as an artist if you don't know how to get exposure to be successful. Right. So I'm here to offer support and to show you a new way to succeed, even if you don't think you have the time or the money. Okay. And so I want to share Jasmine Tompkins' story because a few years ago, she was on this same webinar that you're on right now. And I want to share her transformation that she had in 1 year. So she said, I'm a little late on this post, but 2 weeks ago, I secured not one, but two contracts with two different businesses for $7,500 each. Type yes in the chat if you like to start selling art to businesses for $7,500 or more. All right, what's up, Izzy? All right. So let me put this in perspective for you guys. For years, I gave away my art for free. I joined Affluent Artists January last year. 1 year ago, I was still selling most of my original art for $200. And my biggest sale this time last year was $500 to a hospital. This month, if I make no more money for the next 10 days, I will have total to make $15,800. I am floored. I never thought this was possible for me. She said, thank you, Sharess, for giving us the tools to make this passion into a business and for investing your time in my life. Thank you to the other affluent artists. It's the community that fuels the fire. All right, type yes in the chat if you like to make over $15,800 in 20 days. All right, type yes in the chat. I should see them yeses flying through. I see the yes, sir, with the hearts. Okay. And so listen, if you ever thought the art industry gatekeepers wanted to prevent you from having success and having access to high-paying collectors that will play premium prices and help you get the status you deserve, you're probably right. Because it's us versus them. All right. It's the affluent artists versus the galleries, the dealers, and the brokers that want you to think that you need them because they want to gatekeep the collectors and keep 50% or more of the revenue. All right. But right now, I'm going to show you how to keep the majority of your sales and build direct relationships with collectors. All right. And so regardless of any family, friends, or anyone else in your life that told you you can't be successful as a full-time artist, I'm here to give you some hope for your future because you can make a living and become a well-known artist. I see the yeses coming on through in the chat. And so that's my goal, is to help you become an affluent artist. And so this presentation is designed to help two types of artists. If you're an emerging artist, I want to help you get more confidence to sell art and raise your prices. If you are an established artist, I'm going to show you how to get more exposure to high-income collectors globally, okay? And so for both group of artists, man, the goal is really to help you accomplish your dreams, help you hit your sales goals, and become well-known so you can increase your status and finally leave your 9-to-5 to become a full-time affluent artist, all right? And so the only way for you to make this transformation so you can consistently sell art online is by being an affluent artist. And the only way to be an affluent artist is with artwork, all right? And so if I help you become an affluent artist so you can make more money selling art, will you promise to spend a little bit of that time with me and my company in the future? Type yes in the chat. All right, I see the yes. Zakaria, Raven, Mano, man of all arts, all right? And so listen, my name is Sharess, and like many of you, I've been an artist my entire life, all right? That's a young Sharess in the top left right there. Man, that's a portrait I drew of my son and myself for his first birthday. And also I love playing basketball. So I played Division I basketball And I absolutely love art and basketball. Okay. But listen, when I was in school, man, I didn't have any collectors. I didn't have any sales skills to get the collectors to give me the money. And then, man, one Christmas, my house burned down the day after Christmas, and I lost all of my art. My family lost everything, and I really became depressed. And I dropped out in 2007. And you can imagine, man, I ain't really having emotion. Man, I was a dropout, starving artist. My confidence was low. Plus, it was still hard to sell art and try to break into the art industry. And so I became obsessed with mastering business online. All right. And this is one of my mentors, Mike. And I helped Mike sell $1.8 million in 7 days. All right. So I knew I needed a mentor. I reached out to Mike. He ended up hiring me. We did a product launch, and I helped him make almost $2 million in a week. What's up, Chris? All right. Say art and basketball. Let's go. We got some hoopers in here. And so after that, I became a #1 best-selling author. Man, I've been blessed to speak around the world on different stages, helping people sell their products and services online. This is my #1 bestseller, How to Create Lifetime Customers. I've also helped celebrities like Cynthia Bailey launch her product lines. And I've helped a lot of creators make money. But even with this success, I still had dreams of being a full-time artist, right? I know many of y'all know what that's like. You working a job right now, but man, that art is calling you and you still want to create and make money with your God-given gifts. And so then I had an epiphany. I said, you know what, man, a starving artist really only means that you don't have a consistent flow of collector leads and sales. That's all that really means, right? I was like, man, you know, what would happen if I applied those #1 best-selling internet marketing and sales principles to find art? I see that rocket ship. Jose, what's up? All right. And so I had a crazy plan. I said, man, I'm going to host my very first art event, and I'm going to sell out the show, right? I'm trying to use my internet marketing principles to sell out the show. And so we did just that, man. I launched a really dope event. This is one of the collectors that was there. You see, we had a room full of beautiful people at the event, man, who were buying art. And so this is how I sold a piece for $1,000 at my very first art event. Type yes in the chat if you like to sell a piece for $2,000 or more at your first or your next art show. I just type yes in the chat. All right. And this is a fluent artist, Melissa Mitchell. Some of you all may recognize Melissa. Y'all might know her art. But the artist that was at my very first event. And she said, flashback to this dope art investors event by Sherez. All of these pieces have sold and have already doubled in value. I see the yeses coming through. Let's go, Raven. I see you. But while we having this great time in this event and we selling art, we had some real problems with fluent artists. First, doing it the old way, it cost me over $5,000 to do the event, right? $5K of my own cash. And I know a lot of artists just ain't have $5K to do an art event, right? But because all of the artists were using different payment methods, we were using Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, really anything they could get their hands on, it left all of our art sales disorganized. Everything was almost impossible to track. Plus, one of the bigger problems was we couldn't easily follow up with the collectors that had just spent thousands of dollars with us. All right. And if you know anything about business, most of the money is made following up with people multiple times, right? And so this is what inspired the Affluent Artist movement, because I couldn't find a solution. So I had to create a new way for you to have 100% unlimited access to your collector's information and a tool that makes everything easy to sell your art on and offline. And so as an affluent artist, you need one system that accepts payments up to $1 million. You want to be able to easily sell your art anywhere, whether that's in person or online. You should be able to track your artwork sales and your collector's information all in one place. Man, ideally, collectors can be able to buy your art with one click, just like you buying books on Amazon, right? And then we want collectors to be able to track their net worth in your art so they can see you growing as an artist. And man, I want interested collectors to come to me, right? The best collectors come to you. I don't want to always have to be going out and trying to get collectors, okay? But listen, it was hard and expensive to create. And so I personally wasted over $30,000 of my own money and over a year hiring 2 development teams to create artwork. I invested every penny to my name, and I really thought about giving up, right? But I'm a hooper. I'm not a quitter, man. So I was like, you know what? I already know going back and trying to do the old way wouldn't work for me because I already tried that. So I said, I'm going to give it another attempt. So I found a 3rd dev team, and I tried one more time, all right? And so the new artwork app and that automated collector system I created, it started working so well, many artists were selling art within 7 days. Sunflower from Baltimore, what's happening? And so here's a fluent artist, Kira. She sold art in only 19 hours. All right, type yes in the chat if you like to quickly start selling some art. And she said, listen, she said, I'm 18 and I just graduated high school. And not only sold within the first 19 hours after the sales training, but I made over $300 in the first 4 days. She was just getting out of high school. It blew her mind. Here's my guy, Zia Ponte. He said, hey, team, I haven't had a chance to report on my record-breaking success this past week. Type yes in the chat if you're ready for some record-breaking art sales success, all right? And so he made $1,829 in deposits, and he sold 7 prints, and he got 8 new commissions in 1 new week just using this system that I'm going to share with you today, okay? And so here's Jen, man, one of my favorite affluent artists. She's a single mom of 4 kids, and she sold a piece in a little over 24 hours. Type yes in the chat if you like to sell a piece in a little over 24 hours. So she said it took a little longer than 24 hours, but I got my first sale. It's amazing how much money I left on the table by not following up, all right? And so again, Jen was on the same webinar that you're on right now. And what I love about it is she continues to stack wins. And so she went to Art Basel. She sold a piece for $5,840. Type yes in the chat if you want to sell a piece for over $5K at Art Basel, all right? And so after she went to Art Basel, again, she continued to stack wins. She was on the same webinar that you was on. She was actually invited to Sotheby's Art Business Institute in London to get the game from Sotheby's and Christie's on what they're doing to create auctions, man, and create those multi-million-dollar sales at auctions. Type yes in the chat if you love to get invited to London to learn from Sotheby's. I see you with the yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Let's get it, y'all. All right. And so this is the truth. After creating artwork and helping all kind of artists transform into affluent artists, I realized we no longer had to wait for galleries to accept us. We didn't have to wait on word of mouth to sell our art or already have a big following on social media. Really, the old way of being a starving artist was dead. We dead with being a starving, broke artist. It's time to be an affluent artist and really get this money, okay? And so this is what I need from you, artists. Belief, right? Belief. I will give you the solutions to become a full-time affluent artist, but you have to believe that you can put it into action, okay? You got to believe that you can. If you believe, put I believe in the chat. Type I believe in the chat if you believe, all right? Because nothing hurts me more than giving you the game, then seeing you weeks, months, or years later clinging to them same starving artist problems, okay? And so here's a affluent artist, Brescia Jones. I see you just what said I believe, all right? And so because when you really start to use what you're going to learn right now, man, you can start setting sales goals and exceeding those goals like Brescia Jones. So she said for the first quarter this year, I set up a goal to make $12,000. As of today, I'm super happy to have it hit $13,000 instead. All right, type yes in the chat if you want to exceed your sales goals. All right, let's get it, y'all. And so because of all of our success, man, I actually got invited to speak at BlackRock. And so if you know business and investing, BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager with over $10 trillion under assets. And so they brought me in to speak on investing in Black art, okay? And then, man, I was so surprised and honored. Man, people started hearing about what we was doing all the way in Barbados. And so the senators in the country of Barbados, they actually flew me into the country to help their artists sell their art to collectors around the world. And so what happened back in 2020, when the world was kind of shutting down, the tourism dried up and they weren't able to get any money in selling the art. So they brought me in to help them create a plan to use artwork so those artists can get access to collectors around the world, all right? If you want to sell art to collectors globally, y'all put global in the chat for me, man. Let's get this money. I'm about to show you, friend. Let's go. You are in the right place, all right? And so artists, if you struggle, man, listen, it is not your fault, all right? I went to college. Man, you will have some great teachers and they're going to help you improve your art skills, but they do not tell you how to market and sell your art and get exposure, all right? They literally not giving us this wisdom. And after over 20 years in business and helping artists sell worldwide, man, I want you to type yes in the chat. If it's your turn to get your own collectors, skip the high dealer fees, and sell your art online all over the world. I type yes in the chat. I see the global coming through. Let's go. This is revolutionary, man. You are absolutely right, all right? And so because once you discover these 3 secrets, you're going to have the keys to get new collectors online so you can accomplish your dream vision for your art, all right? And so let's get into these secrets, all right? So the 3 secrets of selling art online, we're going to start with secret number 1, how to sell your art for higher prices. And so, man, back to my friend Melissa. So I discovered this because when we did our art event, Melissa, she shared her art story. And so you see, she got beautiful work behind her. She also creates wearable art. So that head wrap is her design. And she has a very professional presentation to her art. And so I was already impressed by that. because she really was a step above the other artists at the event, right? Just with her presentation. But it wasn't even really the art, because when she shared her story, this is how we actually sold a piece for $2,000. And so I was really surprised by it, because the collector, he didn't have a clue who Melissa was. Like, she popping now, but she was still just kind of starting to build up and starting budding in her career. And so he wasn't following her. He had never seen her art. He didn't know anything about her brand deals, anything like that. And so I was like, man, why did you invest $2,000 in an artist that you don't know anything about? And he said, Sherez, listen, the art is great, but it was the story, okay? And so listen, if you're posting like this with no sales, right? Whether you got light engagement like this, or you getting a lot of engagement, and if you saying you putting like what you made it in, the size, you putting the price, you putting some hashtags, but you're not getting sales, literally all you got to do is add your art story, all right? And so Jasmine, she posted this piece, this Chadwick Boseman piece. She was still working on the piece, and she sold a pre-order print the following morning, all right? Type yes in the chat if you like to pre-sale art before it's done. That's the power of the story. So she said, gratitude, art story and organic conversations building relationships really work. I type yes in the chat. You see that hashtag down there, sold in 7 days. We should do this really cool thing where we would celebrate the artists that came into the program and got a sale in the first week, all right? Because it works. And so type yes in the chat. If you here, you want to sell your first piece for over $1,000, type yes in the chat. Art Haven, what's up, Art Haven? Back in the building, all right? Just like Miss Raquel right here. It's using the power of that story. Here's Brisha Jones. And so she sold this piece for $6,209. Type yes in the chat if you're ready to make a sale for over $6,200. All right, want to see them yeses flying through. I see you, Jess A. Lyrical. What's happening? Man of all arts. She said, I'm really still speechless, but this is significant for a lot of reasons. One, this is the biggest and highest art piece I ever sold, right? And she was also like struggling with her abstract journey, all right? And with this piece, Fearless Expanded. And so I want to read what these collectors said real quick so you can understand what made them really want to buy and invest this piece. And so the wife, she said, my husband and I had a hard week and an already pretty messed up year. I know we're not special in any regards. Everything seems hard right now for everyone. When my husband and I saw your painting, we first both said, wow, we love that. And then we talked about how it made us feel. Hope, moving out of our comfort zone, leaving a bad year and entering a new place. Fearlessness. When we read your thoughts on it as well, it just seemed like we needed it in our home. Thank you for painting this beautiful piece. It will be the conversation piece of the many meals we share with friends as we embrace a new era in the world, one of expanding fearlessness, man. This is powerful. So type yes in the chat if you see the power of the story, right? If you create, if all of y'all on here, man, y'all, I imagine that you are a good artist, whether you knew or you just getting started, man, what's in your spirit, we got to put it out into the world. But type yes in the chat if you see the power that the story gives you, the art story gives you, to make collectors want to buy your art at any price. It's like, I got to have it. If you hit me with a right story and you just get me right in the feels in my heart, man, I got to have it, okay? And so I want you to take some notes real quick. Jot down this little framework that we use to tell powerful stories, all right? So the art story framework, A equals art star. Who's the art star in your art story, all right? Every story has to have a star. You got to have a lead, okay? And then R equals the role. What's the art star's role in your art story? All right. So what do they want to do? What are they trying to accomplish? All right. What are they trying to overcome? And again, this works for abstract as well. And then T equals twist, baby. What's the emotional twist in your art story? All right. And so if y'all read books, I love reading. Man, you get a good book, have you flipping the pages. You can't wait to get to the next chapter. Good television show sometimes I have you waiting until the following week to watch it. And then we know how good movies have you on the edge of your seat with the twists and turns, okay? And so we got to use that in our art, okay? And so I want to show you this piece right here by Van Gogh. And I want to break down how they use the art story framework in a very simple way to sell this piece for an astronomical price, okay? And so who's the art star? Is Dr. Gachet. That's who this portrait is of, all right? Very simple, all right? What's their role? He's Van Gogh's doctor, okay? Easy money. But a fluent artist, what is the twist? The twist is the doctor may have killed Van Gogh, okay? And so y'all know people absolutely go crazy over murder mysteries, right? And so everybody was talking about this. They didn't know if Van Gogh painted his last portrait of his killer. And this story was so sensationalized, people talking about it. It's all in the news. When it went to auction at Christie's, It sold for a record-breaking $82.5 million based on the power of the story. All right. So now I want to have a little fun in the chat. I see the all caps yes sunflower. All right. Type yes in the chat or put 82.5 million in the chat if you want to sell art for millions of dollars. I know you might be here. You want to sell art for 100, 1,000, maybe even $5,000, $10,000 or more. But man, if you want to make millions with your art, put a little 82.5 M in the chat. Put the money bag emoji. You can put the money bag tongue. Have some fun with me. I see the yeses coming through, sunflower. All right, let's go. I want to see who want to make millions with their art because I do. And I know success leaves clues. All right. And so listen, artists, this is how you break sales records. Again, it is not your time or your size. It is the art story. And your art story has to touch your collector's emotions, okay? And so a lot of us was taught that we should price it based on how much time it takes. But when you think about that, it don't really make sense, right? Because as an artist, the more time you invest into your craft, you get more efficient, you get faster. So it don't really make sense to charge less because you got better, right? Same thing with size, man. If you look around my house, I got art all over my home, and we see art that's inside people's homes is sometimes more valuable than a mural on the side of a wall, right? So it ain't really about the time or the size. It's about that art story. I see you with that 82 million, Sylvester. Big bag. There we go. So I'm showing you how becoming an affluent artist and creating your art story allows your art to truly sell itself for higher prices, all right? So artists, y'all have some fun with me. Write down your new price and type it in the chat. All right, write down your new price and type it in the chat. And so listen, if you tried to sell art and you've been struggling to do it, make sure you add that art story to it, okay? Man, you can sell your art for any price, but if you just telling people, hey, I got this beautiful piece, this is the size, you put some hashtags on it, it's going to be tough, man. If y'all try to do that in hand work, you already know what I'm saying is true, okay? I see you with the I believe, Raven with the praise hands. Let's get it, all right? 800, let's go. Visual awakening, good, okay, all right? Your price is your price. Y'all put some more prices in the chat for me. And so artists, this works for you if you are a painter, a sculptor, if you do acrylic pouring, if you create jewelry, if you do photography, if you do mixed media, digital art, drawings, ceramics, collage, furniture, clothes, murals, metalworks, wearable art. It literally works for all affluent artists at all price points, all right? If you are a creator, whatever kind of art you're putting into the world, this will work for you, okay? We about to get started in a minute, Jay Bart. All right, that's good. Let's go. So let's go. Secret number 2. All right, make it one click easy for collectors to buy art. All right, we got to make it easy for collectors to buy art. So I got to tell y'all this quick story because my mind was blown and I couldn't believe this happened. And so this piece represents a lot, and it has a lot to do with how we even got here, right? So this piece, man, one of my old classmates from the College of Art and Design, he created this piece. And so I ran into him and he invited me to his art show. And so when I went to the show, again, I live in Atlanta, man, I'm an artist. I love supporting local artists. And so if I go to the show, I'm generally trying to buy something, you know what I'm saying? I know all artists trying to make some money. So I like to put some cash in people's pocket. And so when I saw this piece, I stepped to my classmate and I'm literally trying to like press my business credit card in his chest to buy this piece, right? Absolutely. I love the colors. I love the contrast. I love the profile, everything about it. The earrings are fly. I like the way he did his signature. I like the color blots around her hair. Like I thought it was really fly. And he said, Sharess, I can't take your money. People usually cash at me. And like my mind was blown because you literally turning down money right now because you can't accept payments. And I just couldn't believe that. And so just type yes in the chat if you've ever experienced anything like that. Like if you had to turn down money or anything because you just weren't prepared, right? I mean, I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. Being a business person, right? I'm an artist, but man, I took a detour to get into business. I got 10 ways to pay me if you want to pay me, right? So I just couldn't believe that. And so rule number 1, artists, is get paid. All right, everybody put get paid in the chat. Rule number 1 is get paid. I don't really care how you get paid as long as you getting paid. I want to see them get paid drop through in the chat. Everybody got to get paid and get this money, okay? Because not being able to take payments is unacceptable, all right? It is unacceptable. We got to be able to get paid, all right? If you're still using Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, etc., again, rule number 1 is get paid. But when you really want to step your game up and position yourself as a professional artist, man, you got to use new tools because many collectors don't want to send you a $5,000 Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle, right? They don't get a receipt. Man, you don't have my address. It's a lot of extra stuff that you know, some collectors, they want like real documentation, receipts, and just to make sure that we can be square, right? So after a while, you're gonna hit a limit there. And then again, social selling. If you still dropping photos of your art and saying stuff like email or DM me for the price, put guilty in the chat. Okay. Now it's all good if you guilty. We all have been there. I see it happen all the time. Just put guilty in the chat. Okay. If you still dropping photos saying email, DM me for price and putting like hashtags or something. Okay. And he said, you done turned down so much. I usually do free work. All right. And so I don't know nothing about no scammers, man. We got to get you some real collectors. Okay. But then also, if you're taking orders on paper in 2025, rolling into 2026, we got to do better, baby. All right. We can't do that. I ain't going to get you to call yourself out on that. All right. Low or no website sales. So I know many artists that got websites. Some don't have a website. But either way, it's like you don't know how many collectors coming or they stand. You know they ain't buying, right? And so I created artwork to help you solve all of these problems, all right? And man, again, I was just blown away just by how fast artists start making sales. So this is Tiara. She said, I just uploaded some of my original art on the app a couple of days ago, and about 30 minutes ago, got a notification that one of my pieces sold. Still in shock a bit at how quick the sale happened, but great way to end the night. Seriously, thank you, Sharess, for perfecting the app. It definitely is a game changer for us as artists, all right? So I'm going to play this quick little video to demo artwork so you can see exactly how it works, all right? If you love it, man, drop some hearts in the chat. Show me some love. Let me know what you think about it, and we're going to get into it right now.
Hey, my name is Sharess May, and I want to give you a quick demo of the Artwork app. So the Artwork app does two very simple things, all right? If you are an artist, it allows you to sell your art, get collectors all over the world, and manage all of the most important key metrics in your business. And if you are a collector, it makes it simple for you to buy art with the click of a button and track the value of your art collection, all right? And so I'm going to show you the artist side of the dashboard first, then I'll pause and take you to the collector side. So when you're logged in as an artist and you're on your sales dashboard, you'll see your gross revenue, how many pieces you sold, what's the average price, all right? And this sales graph will show you your sales over any amount of time. Right here, you can set a sales goal. If you set it for $100,000, if you made some sales today, that number will be in blue at the top, and this dial will show you how much you've made. We haven't made any sales today. This is our test account. And if you hover over it, you can see how many sales you made today. And it's really simple to add a new goal as well. As you start making sales, you'll see your top sellers right here. So you see it by name, how many pieces you sold in case you have prints or multiples, and you'll see how much revenue you made from each piece. Right here under your new orders tab, you'll see your latest orders. And so you stay on top of what needs to be shipped out. Down here at the bottom, you'll see your top collectors. So you'll see them by name, how many pieces they own in their collection, and how much money they've invested with you in your art business, all right? And then once you go to your artwork tab, this is where you'll see all of the art that you have listed on the site, ready for sale, and also in the marketplace for collectors to buy with one click. So let's say you want to add art. It's very simple. You click add artwork. You just have to fill out these fields right here. And once you click save, it'll save it. I'm just going to close that. If you want to email it to a collector, you can click share offer, enter your collector's email, send the offer. Email is already pre-written. They can click directly to the link and buy your art. If you like to copy a link, you can copy it as normal and send it via text message or share it on social media. And also, if you want to delete your product, it's very simple and easy to delete. As collectors begin buying art from you, you'll see collectors in your dashboard. So you see all of the information right here, so you can contact with them and follow up with them and make future sales. If you click on that dashboard, you'll see a list of all of the art they purchased from you here. As your orders start coming through, you'll see your order and payment history right here. So you see if they were successful or failed transactions, all right, who bought it, the artwork, the purchase amount, and the date. And then as your money is being in transit to your bank account and deposited, you will also see your payouts here, all right? And so when you want to begin buying as a collector, all you have to do is click switch to collector, and it'll take you to the collection side of the marketplace, all right? And again, this is our test marketplace right here, but I'm going to pause for a moment to show you how simple it is to buy as a collector. So now I'm logged into the app as our test collector. And so you see when art is sold out, It'll be sold out in the marketplace. All right. And you can just scroll through the marketplace to check out all of the art that's available on the dashboard. All right. And so let's say if you want to buy something, it's very simple. You can click buy now. And if we have your card on file, you can choose which card you want to use. If you need to add a new one, you can do that. But let's say we want to select this card. We click confirm order. And it's that simple. All right. It's purchased. And so now if you want to go check your collection, you can click collection. And it'll take you to your collection. You see, we just purchased this one right here. All right. So you can see all of your active collection. And as you are buying from artists, you can also see the artist that you're purchasing artwork from. All right. So I'm going to go back to the marketplace real quick. And let's say if you want to add it to your cart, you can add it to your cart. So you want to get a couple in there. And you can easily check your shopping cart and go to the checkout page and buy all of the pieces at the same time. So it's a very simple tool for artists to sell their art and also for collectors to buy, track the value of their collection as well. All right. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. Talk to you soon.
All right, man. If you loving artwork, type yes in the chat. Drop some heart emojis. Let me know how you feeling. Man, we got a good group today, man. You got me laughing over here. Zakari said you feeling attacked. Listen, I'm an artist too, so I get it. I get it. Okay. And I see you, Sunflower, dropping them numbers in the chat. So let me go through a few FAQs. So one, artist, you set your own price. All right. You can write your art story in the description so it shows up with the piece. Collectors can buy multiple pieces at one time if they like. We like to add the shipping fee to the art price. So for example, if we're selling the piece for $1,000 and the shipping is $50, we'll go ahead and sell it for $10.50. Okay. Artists, you will ship it directly to the collector if it's a physical piece. They can download it if it's a digital file. Sales deposit into your bank account in 24 to 48 hours. All right. So you get paid fast. All right. And then artwork gets a small 10% commission. Okay. You want to make millions? Let's go, Sunflower. She said, absolutely. This is so amazing. Thank you, Sylvester. Let's go. All right. And so here's a few other sales. Grace by Jen, Bright Future by Tierra. Love those pastels. And man, I absolutely just drawn to this sky, this Villa Night by Christina right here. Okay. Here's another one. Jen sold Purpose for $1,024. Type yes in the chat if you're ready to sell some art on artwork. All right. Magdalena, she said, I am very happy. I sold my first piece in artwork. Many thanks to my new collectors. All right. Type yes in the chat if you want to sell a piece for over $1,800 on artwork. All right. Say absolutely. This is amazing. So now I've shown you how artwork saves you time, money, and makes it easy for collectors to buy your art with one click. Type yes in the chat if you're excited to use artwork to get collectors. I want to see them yeses coming through. All right. Type some yeses in the chat. Okay. So, man, it's going to save you time. It's simple, easy to get started. It's going to save you money from, toting your art, going to shows and events, or, man, missing out on payments, right? And it's super, super, super easy, okay, for collectors to buy. I see the yeses coming through. All right. Man of All Arts, Art Haven, Raven. Let's go. All right. So, secret number 3, get global exposure to collectors with money. All right. Now, listen, make sure y'all taking notes because this is the secret of all secrets right here. So here's affluent artist Christy. Now look what she said. She said, I'm about to cry right now. On my own way of selling, I would have gotten $200 for this piece. It would have taken me a while to even get that. So I followed the steps of this course. I made an ad. I spent only $7 and sold my piece for $700. It only took me a few hours to sell. All right. Type cents in the chat, like dollars and cents, CENTS. You can put the money bag emoji. If it makes sense for you to spend $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 and sell a piece for $700 or more. That return on investment is crazy. Type cents in the chat if that makes sense for you. Okay. Now we can't give no more art away, Sunflower. Let's get this money, friend. All right. So she got a $700 sale in only a few hours after advertising, and she made $2,350 in her first 3 weeks. I see you with the cents, Art Haven. And so now listen, I love friends and family sales because it add up, right? And so if you've been selling to friends and family, let's go, man. You are in the game. You should be proud of yourself. So like Tierra, she sold this Galactic Jellies for $2,000 to a friend. Mr. Emmanuel, he sold this piece for $500 to a sister at his church, right? And so friends or family, oh man, of all, I put that sense in all caps. Let's go. All right. Now, friends and family is incredible, but sometimes we want to go global. I put global in the chat. If you want to sell art to collectors around the country or around the world, you can absolutely do it. All right. Put global in the chat. I see you with them diamonds, with the fire emoji, Zakari with the money bag. Let's get it, y'all. We got a good group today. All right. And so after our first wave of affluent artist success, I knew I wanted to help more artists get high income collectors online by leveraging the power of AI and online ads. And because of my experience buying ads on social media, I knew there was only one place I needed to go to get ready to buy collectors. And that's Instagram. All right. That is Instagram. And so always remember, affluent artists, success leaves clues. Okay. If other people are successful, we can find the clues and we can get the same outcomes. And so here's Forbes. They said with Sotheby's $363.2 million sale, the art market passes the first major test of the pandemic. Type yes in the chat if it makes sense for you to target them collectors that's spending $363 million at Sotheby's. Type yes in the chat. I want to see them yeses coming through. Let's get it, y'all. I see the global. You got the plane lifting up and landing down. Let's go. All right. Type yes in the chat with this Business Insider article. They said for now, the art world has gone digital. And for some, that's a good thing. Artsy, which is an online art marketplace, said they saw a 92% increase in e-commerce sales in April, and interest from galleries increased by 60%. Type yes in the chat if it makes sense for you to start targeting those collectors that were part of that 92% increase in sales. We know they're buying. Type yes in the chat. That makes sense for me, right? I want to get in the flow of the money. So let me show y'all how to do it. Make sure y'all take notes, man, because this is going to blow your mind if you haven't seen this before. So one, I want you to look at the two red boxes to the left. So one, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm in the U.S. Wherever you are in the world, start in your country, okay? We in the U.S., we start in the U.S. If you look at the second red box, it says Sotheby's, all right? So again, type yes in the chat if you want to target them collectors that's spending millions at Sotheby's, okay? Sotheby's and Christie's are the two biggest auction houses in the world. I type yes in the chat. And so if it makes sense for you like it makes sense for me, all we got to do is click that green create ad button. And it's going to take us to a place called detailed targeting. All right. Everybody type financial in the chat. Type financial in the chat. All right. Type the word financial in the chat. Because when we go to detailed targeting, if we're targeting the Sotheby's brand and all of those collectors that's spending money with Sotheby's, we know they online, right? If we type in financial, we can target the top 5% of the wealthiest collectors that got the most household income. We can target the top 10% of income earners. We can target the top 10 to 25% of income earners. And we can target the top 25 to 50% of collectors that make the most money. All right. So listen, if this is blowing your mind, how you can target wealthy collectors that make the most money, put the mind blown emoji in the chat. You can put wow, put whatever in the chat. Let me know how you feeling right now. Okay. Because man, when we discovered this, I was really blown away because we literally can target the biggest brand, all of their collectors that's buying their art. We can put our art in front of them, man. The collectors that's making the most money. Okay. So I'm gonna show you a couple more examples. Man, we just had Art Basel last week, right? And so imagine being able to target all those collectors that love the Art Basel brand. People flying in from all over the world. They spending money on travel, hotels, food, art, right? If you want to target them, all we got to do is choose that brand, type in that word financial, and we can target the collectors that make the most money that love Art Basel. All right. This is a game changer. Okay. This is a game changer. I'm going to show you another one. Here's Artsy. So we saw Artsy had a 92% increase in e-commerce sales, right? And so we want to target those collectors that's starting to buy more art online and spend that money with Artsy. All we got to do, go to the detailed targeting section, type in financial, and we can target the top 5% of income earners, top 10% of income earners, top 10 to 25% of collectors with the most money, and the top 25 to 50% of collectors with the most money. All right. This will change your life advertising the high income collectors and getting that exposure to collectors that got the money. Okay. And so when you do this, artist, now we have what I call the keys to success. All right. So it's two keys that you need to make sure that you sell art. The first thing is you got to target collectors that have the willingness to buy art. And that just simply means you like art, right? And so we targeting brands like Sotheby's, Art Basel, and Artsy. We know you have the willingness to buy art. We got that check, all right? Now, the second key is just as important because these collectors need to have the ability to buy art. This means you got the finances to buy the art and pay it for the price that I want to charge, right? And so when you do this, artist, this access changes everything right here. And so we got affluent artists using this to sell art worldwide. Here's Nisha. She's Indian, so she's selling art in Indian rupees. She says, Sherez, your system rocks. I got another celeb lead as a result of my ads, and we spoke on the phone, and the person is willing to buy. Okay, man, this is powerful, powerful, powerful. She said initially he said he wants to meet in person because he's a celebrity in India. Okay, so man, this is powerful right here. When you advertise all the celebrities online, everybody online, rich people, everybody's online. We just got to put our art in front of them. Okay, this is a affluent artist, Miss Valerie. She's a senior, so no matter how young or how old you think you are, you can do this. Miss Valerie sold $3,250 from her Facebook ads, okay? If she can do it, you can absolutely do this. Here's Christy. She spent $45 and ran her ad a day and a half, all right? She got over 800 likes, 200 comments, 100 shares, and about 300 messages. She said, I got 14 sales and about 10 possibles. In a day and a half, she spent $45 on ads and made $1,400. Type yes in the chat if you would love to do this. She said affluent artist for life, right? Type yes in the chat if you would love to get 300 messages from collectors asking you about buying your art. Type yes in the chat. I should see the yeses flying through. This is how it's done, okay, when you become an affluent artist. And then, man, one of my favorite things is waking up the new money, all right? So my man Joe, he said, and this happened last night, so Joe sold a $2,000 piece from his ads while he was asleep, all right? If you want to wake up to new money, put sleep money in the chat, or you can put the bed in the chat, drop the money bag emoji. Let me know if you want to wake up to new money in your sleep, man. It ain't nothing like waking up and you made some money. Listen, all right? If you go to work to get your money right now, when you start getting that sleep money, it's going to change your life, okay? And so now I've shown you how you can use Instagram ads and AI to target the same high-income collectors the biggest art brands in the world use to sell art, all right? Type yes in the chat if you're ready to get exposure to high-income collectors online. I see the absolutely yes, oh yes. See the yeses, the hearts, the money bag. Love that type of money. Let's go, all right? And so far, artists, you discover how to create your art story to raise your prices, how to track your art sales and artwork, how you can easily share your art via text, email, or social media. I show you how to access worldwide collectors marketplace, how to get collectors to buy your art with one click like Amazon, how collectors can track what they own from your collection, how you can use Instagram to target collectors worldwide, how to use that financial layer to target high-income collectors, and ultimately, man, just how to live your dream life as a full-time affluent artist, all right? And so I want you to imagine your future best self. Like, put yourself in that future state. Imagine that you're selling art to collectors worldwide. Whether you want to start in the U.S. or whatever country that you're in, you can expand globally, all right? I want you to imagine that. Imagine that you're charging what you're worth because you're targeting high-income collectors. And so you don't have to, like, try to go down on your price and hope people can afford it, right? Imagine living your dream life as a full-time affluent artist and you divorced and got rid of being a starving artist forever. What are you doing with all that extra money and free time, all right? I see you with the Sense Raven, yes, Visual Awakening, all right? And so knowing what you know now, type yes in the chat if you feel more confident pricing your art. Just type yes in the chat if your confidence is stronger. Type yes in the chat if you're happy you attended this class with me today. Type yes in the chat. Show me some love in the comments, man, if you're happy that you got this wisdom today. And do you realize the advantage that you have as an artist using these techniques? Type yes in the chat. Let me know, okay? And can you see yourself using this to sell more art? Type yes in the chat if you can see yourself using it. Let's go, Art Haven. Come on, I want you to join tonight. Let's get it, all right? Can you see yourself getting new collectors? Yes, most definitely, very much. That's what I'm talking about. Good. It's a new opportunity, man. It's a new way of doing things, okay? Is it okay if I spend a few minutes going over a very special offer to help you accomplish your art dreams? Very much so, global. I see the diamonds. Let's get it, all right? Just type yes in the chat if it's okay if I spend a few minutes going over a very special offer. Yes, most definitely, yes, all right? So I want to introduce everyone to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. All right, this is a fun and easy 5-step system for visual artists to raise prices, get new collectors, and sell more art online, okay? And so part 1 is the masterclass, and we got a simple 5-step process. Step number 1 is mindset. That's what we cover, that millionaire mindset, so you can get rid of that starving artist broke mentality. Step number 2 is price. This is where we show you how to charge premium and get collectors to pay the price that you want to charge, okay? Step number 3 is sold. This is where we show you our simple system, what we call it cash collectors, okay? Getting collectors to buy your art. Step number 4 is all about collectors, where we want to help you build a community of collectors that continue to buy from you for a lifetime. And then step number 5 is marketing. This is where we show you how to use Facebook and Instagram so you can target collectors in your country or all around the globe, all right? And so here's my guy, Christian. Man, I want you to listen to him share his testimony of how becoming an affluent artist just really transformed his life and his sales.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? It's Christian Lamar here, and I'm a portrait artist from VA. Now I just want to tell y'all why I joined the Affluent Artist Masterclass. I went to a great art school and learned from some phenomenal artists, but they never taught me how to sell my work. So after I graduated, I struggled, like, to the point of almost wanting to give up on my dream of being a professional artist. Well, this course changed all of that. It showed me how to turn my art into a business, and most importantly, how to sell online. So now I can sell to anyone, anywhere. And the results are super quick. I made my first sale within 30 hours of starting the program and made just under $1,500 within the first 5 days. And now that I'm in week 4, I've made just over $4,000. And it's super easy to follow. Like, if you're like me and you're ready to fulfill your dreams of being a professional artist, give the program a shot. You also get to join a community of artists that share their experiences every day of what works. So join me and the family and become an affluent artist today. All right. Peace.
Shout out to my guy, Christian, man. Type yes in the chat if y'all like that testimony, man. That brother, he got in here and got to it. Made his first sale in 30 hours. Man, made over a G in the first 5 days, like $1,500, over $4K in the first month. So again, artists, this works for you. If you paint, sculpt, you do acrylic pouring, jewelry, photography, mixed media, digital art, drawing, ceramics, collage, furniture, clothes, murals, metalworks, wearable art. It literally works for all affluent artists at all prices, okay? And so type yes in the chat. Man, wherever you are in the world, you want to start selling art for over $4,000. Again, one of the things we do that I pride myself on is we always tell the truth about making money. So I love when our artists put that cash money on the table like that so you can really see that cash, okay? Type yes in the chat if you ready to start selling art for over 4K. Mind blowing. Let's go, all right? This works even if your art isn't ready. One of the big reasons I hear artists say is, oh, man, I got to get my collection together. Man, I got to create a bunch of body of work before I start selling. No, 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 no. All you got to do is start telling your art stories, posting and sharing them, and you can start selling art before it's done. Like Jasmine. She said, I posted this piece that I'm still working on last night. I sold a pre-order print 9 a.m. this morning. Gratitude, art story, and organic conversation building relationships really work. All right. So when you join today, you're going to get access to that Affluent Artist Masterclass. That's a $5,000 real world value right there. Okay. Part number 2 is artwork. All right. We're going to give you a 12-month gold account. And so imagine collectors buying art from you anywhere in the world. So here's Jen. She said, I'm so happy and grateful to have sold this piece. I'm going to supersize my fries tonight. Type yes in the chat if you want to sell a piece on artwork for over $2,700. Type yes in the chat. All right. And I love when we get the little collectors buying art too. So Miss Yvonne, she sold Spidey senses to a collector, and they gave it to their son, man. He looks so handsome with his piece. Man, it is really, really cool. You can see that big smile on his face. I absolutely love to see it. All right. And so when you get access to artwork, you'll be able to accept payments up to $1 million. You'll be able to easily sell your art anywhere, whether that's in person or online. You can track your art sales and all your collectors' information in one place. Collectors can buy your art with one click, like on Amazon, and collectors can track their net worth in your art. All right. You also be able to save a lot of money by getting rid of some things you choose to. So if you don't want to pay your website fees anymore, you can absolutely get rid of that. If you own marketplaces like Etsy or any others, you can get rid of that. Man, some artists are tired of going to fairs and shows and paying for trucks and vans and stuff to get their art, just the labor of doing it. Man, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that either, right? You can target high income collectors literally from the comfort of your home or while you're traveling, all right? If you got email marketing or CRM software, you can get rid of that cost. And then also, man, one of the most important costs is the lost time trying to figure it out on your own, right? So you can get that back. That's your most valuable asset, okay? And so when I first started, I didn't know how to manage my art sales in one place or track how much my collectors spent. Like, I just didn't know how to do it. Also, I didn't have a global marketplace where collectors could buy my art with one click. So I had to create artwork for myself. And in doing so, man, I'm introducing it to you and other artists around the world, okay? Because this is going to help you save a lot of time and money. And so 6 years ago, again, I had to spend over $60,000 in 3 years to figure out how to create an app to solve this problem, right? It was like $30K that I was up in smoke with the first 2 dev teams. Then it cost me another $30K to actually get it done the right way from the third team, right? And so I don't want you to recreate the wheel. So I'm going to give you an artwork account with this package so you can skip the cost, trial, and error. Cool? Type yes in the chat if that's cool, all right? Type yes in the chat if that is cool, okay? And so again, Tierra, she was so excited because she uploaded a piece, and in a couple of days, she got a notification that she sold Angels Among Strangers right here, all right? She said, thank you, Sherez, for perfecting the app. It's a game changer for us as artists. And so when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass, and you're going to get that artwork 12-month gold account. And that's a $5,600 value, okay? Part number 3 is the Affluent Artist community, man. And so we're a real community of artists, right? We started online, and I'm excited for y'all to join me. You can get inside and meet everybody, but we actually meet up in person, and we do stuff out in the world. We have art events, we travel. This was an event that we was at in Atlanta. Different artists came from different parts of the country. So, man, we always doing stuff, man. And so we got a global network of artists and collectors that love serving and that want to see you succeed. And so when you join today, you get access to our private Affluent Artist School community. And so this gives you the knowledge, community, encouragement, and the motivation you need to succeed in your art career, all right? And so you can access the program and our community anytime from anywhere in the world on your mobile phone or your computer, okay? And then you also get unlimited support. So you get you 24/7 support in our school group. Plus, we got live weekly sales sessions, man. The sales sessions are crazy dope. But this is where we actually are selling together, and we make sure that you get all of your questions answered to make sure that you're selling art, all right? And so one of the things I love most about our community is we got young artists in there, and we got artists that are seniors. And so San Yu and her mom, Miss Jovan, she had San Yu start when she was 9. And I personally love to meet y'all in person. I'm an artist. Man, I'm here in Atlanta. They came down, man, for this event. You see us standing behind some of the art. San Yu, she got a $2,500 check right there. So that's when I got to meet them in person. All right. So we love to take the online relationships offline too. This is Miss Phyllis. So she was 73 and she made a sale in her first week. All right. This is a senior. Miss Phyllis is a grandmother. She made a sale in the first 7 days. If she can do it, you can absolutely do it. All right. And so I just want you to imagine having a community of artists that's committed to helping you 24/7. You don't have to be home stuck trying to figure stuff out on your own. You don't have to be lonely, or because a lot of times our family and friends don't really support us as artists. Man, imagine you got a community that's helping you. We all selling together and we showing you what works so you can sell your art too and just live your God-given life that you want, all right, with your creativity. And so here's Sean. He said, lesson learned, follow up every time. You never know why somebody ghosts you. I thought maybe my price was too high for her and she was gone for good. Don't make up your own stories as to why they didn't call back. Just follow up and be polite. All right. Like tips like that keep you going. It's powerful. I see the yeses coming through. Okay. And so when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass, the Artwork 12-month gold account, and you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist community. That's a $7,400 value. All right. We also got some really great bonuses for you. So bonus number 1 is the luxury pricing method. And so if you're tired of putting time and skill into your art, only for buyers to continue lowballing you and not respecting the true value on your art. Listen, man, when you implement this luxury pricing method, it's going to absolutely just transform how you get art sold for the prices that you want. And so you know people serious when they say, holy smokes. Chrissy said, I reached out to an old friend and supporter on my art and landed a $1,000 mural job. The system works. I was thinking of asking for 8, was hoping for 6, but I boldly asked for 1,000 and she didn't hesitate, all right? And so she's on this same webinar that you on right now, and she made $1,350 in the first 5 days. All right, so you can absolutely accomplish that if she can do it for sure. Here's Jen again, a luxury pricing method. This is how Jen used this to sell this $5,840 piece at Art Basel, and all she did was put the crying emoji. Man, she was so happy. Okay, tears of joy right there. Brisha Jones, same thing, using that luxury pricing method. This is how she was able to sell Fearless Expanded for over $6,209. And at the time, it was her highest art piece ever sold, okay? And so I want you to imagine your confidence skyrocketing because your art story has collectors emotionally invested into buying your art at any price, okay? And so this is your new reality when you become an affluent artist. And so when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass, the Artwork 12-month gold account. You're going to get access to the Affluent Artist community, and you're going to get that luxury pricing method, and that's a $7,800 value, all right? Bonus number 2, man, we also created the automated collector system. And so we use a tool called High Level that we're going to give you a free account to as a bonus, okay? And so it's a real simple 3-step process that we use when we targeting those high-income collectors, okay? So we use the AI to help us create some ads, okay? We show that ad to collectors on Facebook and Instagram, and that automatically brings collector leads to us, all right? So they're coming to us interested in our art, and then we talk to the collectors and sell the art. It's really that simple, and it's an automated system that runs 24/7. And so I know many artists suffer from feast or famine income, where you might sell art some months, and some months you don't sell anything at all, right? Some artists still ain't really sold nothing all year, maybe, okay? But I spent years investing time and money testing which art ads and sales pages work best to turn clicks to collectors so you can have collectors coming to you 24/7. Type yes in the chat if you love to have collectors coming to you 24/7, all right? Because when we get an endless flow of new interested collector leads, joining your email list and buying your art 24/7, this gives you predictable cash to grow your art brand and your collector community while sales come in at the same time. I'm one of them. Yes, let's go. All right. And so if you already have a website that's not selling how you like, listen, you can keep it or you can get rid of it. All right. Some artists want to keep it because they put a lot into it. Some want to get rid of it because they don't want to have a cost. Whatever you want to do is cool with me. All right. But you can use ours to get new collectors coming to buy your art every day like clockwork. And so again, this automated collector system is powerful. This is how Christy got over 800 likes, 200 comments, over 100 shares, and 300 messages. Imagine again, over 300 messages from collectors talking to you about buying your art. That's going to change your life right there. She said she got 14 sales and 10 possibles, and she only spent $45 on ads, okay? And so when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. You get the Artwork 12-month gold account. You're going to get access to the Affluent Artist community, and you're going to get these 2 powerful bonuses, the luxury pricing method and that automated collector system, and that's over a $9,000 value, okay? Also, bonus number 3, high-income collectors, all right? We're going to break this down step by step. I'm going to hold your hand when you pay in full today and show you how to get high-income collectors on Instagram. And so many artists struggle to get exposure to collectors that can afford their art at the price you think it's worth. And so I've spent over $250,000 of my own money on Instagram ads, figuring out the best way to target buyers with money. And so you get instant access to what's working now with Instagram ads and AI when you pay in full, okay? And so again, I showed you how to use that financial layer. Man, that's the tip of the iceberg to show you how to really target these high-income collectors to make sure that you're getting the collectors coming to you that can afford your art, okay? And so this is going to show you how to get exposure to collectors with disposable cash. We're going to show you how to leverage AI to target the best collectors for your style of art. And it's going to help you predictably get new collectors 24/7 with your ads, okay? And so again, when you start targeting high-income collectors, man, you really can begin testing out prices to see where the price resistance is. And so here's Jen. She said, I got another deposit for a commission of $4,369 commission. I just threw out a random number and they said, can they pay it in 3? All right. It's powerful when you start targeting high-income collectors. Another one, man, Jasmine, she set a goal to make $5,000 for the month, but she ended up making $5,527 for the week. Type yes in the chat if you like to set a $5,000 monthly goal, but end up eclipsing that goal in the first 7 days, man. This is the power when you start targeting collectors that got money. And then some of y'all know y'all want to sell art for $10,000 or more. Type yes in the chat if you want to get your first and next sale for $10,000, man. Isha got this custom 5-panel piece that she did. It is absolutely beautiful. She charged $10,000 for this, man. I see you with the yes with the all cap sunflower. Let's go, man. You can absolutely do it. And so when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. You're going to get the Artwork 12-month gold account. You're going to get access to the Affluent Artist community. You're also going to get these powerful bonuses, the luxury pricing method, the automated collector system. And when you pay in full, I'm going to personally walk you through how to get them high income collectors. Okay. And that's a total value of 10K. And so if all this did was help you raise your price so you could break your sales records, type yes in the chat if that would be worth $10,000. All right. Yes in the next 7 hours. Let's go. Type yes if that would be worth 10K. All right. I should see the yeses coming through. If all this did was manage sales and give you access to artwork, one-click collectors, would that be worth over 10K? Right? Like Isha sold that piece. Type yes in the chat. And if all this did was target high-income collectors so you could sell more art, would that be worth 10K? Type yes in the chat. I see the yeses coming through. And so putting this offer together, artists, I had two choices. Choice number one, I could go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible. But the problem was that is I couldn't really stack on the value for you. But choice number two, it required a slightly higher investment so our team can dedicate more time, energy, and resources so we can have a responsible role in your success, all right? And so what are your dreams worth to you, right? If you had an automated collector system bringing collectors to you, what would that be worth to you? Let me know in the chat, all right? Let me know in the chat. I see the yeses coming through. Like, how much would you pay to have one successful system? And so you can see why artists have paid over $10,000 for similar results from me, because it's not a cost, it's an investment, all right? And so when you join today, you're going to get access to that Affluent Artist Masterclass, that Artwork 12-month gold account, the Affluent Artist community, bonus number one, that luxury pricing method, bonus number two, the automated collector system. And when you pay in full, I'm going to personally show you how to target these high-income collectors, and that's a 10K value, okay? But when you join today, artists, you don't have to invest anywhere near $10,000, okay? Now, the normal price is $5K, but you don't have to invest anywhere near that today. Man, when you go to affluentartist.com, we got a special 90% off for just $9.99 when you go to affluentartist.com, all right? We also, if you need a payment plan, we got a payment plan for $100 a month for 12 months when you go to affluentartist.com, all right? But again, when you pay in full, everybody paying full, I'm going to personally show you how to target those high-income collectors so you can get that elite exposure, okay? If you need help ordering, text JOIN to 678-786-2221. Again, text JOIN to 678-786-2221. If you are out of the country, if you're in another country, use that +1 678-786-2221. All right, artists, I'm going to drop the link in the chat right here for you. If you got a question, type it in the chat. Let me put this down. I'm going to type this and pin this to the top. Give me 1 second. Boom, drop that in the chat for you. And then let me pin that at the top. It's worth a life I don't need a break from. I'm trying to tell you, all right? So listen, man, we did our first $1 Million Artist Mastermind in Atlanta a few years back. And Jasmine and Demetria were two of the artists that came. And so Jasmine, she said, y'all, I'm at a loss for words here. The Artwork Mastermind was beyond anything I imagined. Okay, she said, day one, we arrived at the beautiful penthouse with $1 million view of the city. And she's talking through that experience, right? Demetria, she said, one word, epic, okay? And so we do our mastermind where we help artists go to $1 million if that's your goal. But that's a $25,000 investment, okay? And so when you go to affluentartist.com, you don't have to invest anywhere near that to get some hands-on help online, all right? And then also, just one of our bonuses is worth more than the investment today. So that automated collector system, that's literally over $1,600 value, but you get that for free today when you join at affluentartist.com, all right? So the bonuses are worth more than what we're asking for the investment today, all right? And so artists, now at this point, man, you really got two choices. Choice number one, you can do nothing, right? But if you do this, you'll get nothing. You'll continue to get the same results, and you'll be spinning your wheels stuck in the same spot, okay? And so if you haven't been selling art consistently or the way you would just like to this year, man, we can absolutely transform your life when you take choice two and take a leap of faith, test it out. And because we're so confident, we give you the opportunity to win your money back, okay? And so we also got a win your money back guarantee. And so if you sign up now, if you go to affluentartist.com, and if Affluent Artist does not help you sell more art and get more collectors, you'll have two options. Option number one, you follow the steps, sell art, and you can win your money back. We'll give you the entire investment back, okay? But option number two, you will stay in the Affluent Artist program, and we will personally help you achieve your revenue goals, okay? Because some artists, they trying to get it. They want to get to 100K. Some artists want to get to $1 million. Some artists want to get to $10,000 a month, $5K a month. They want to rock and roll and they want to stay consistent, okay? But we so confident, man. We want to help you, and you can win your money back if you decide to do that. And so why do we do this? We do it for a very selfish reason, all right? Primarily because I know it's a win-win. This makes it a no-brainer for you to join, and I know we can help you succeed. We just help so many artists sell art, okay? And so when you sign up, I know for a fact one of these two things will happen. Number one, you will sell more art and get new collectors guaranteed, okay? Or you will win $1,000 from us just for trying it out, right? We give you a whole $9.99 back just for trying it out when you go to affluentartist.com, all right? Now, there are a few qualifications to win your money back. So one, you got to earn the 100% completion by watching the Affluent Artist Masterclass, all right? We just want to make sure that you actually go through the program. The second thing is take action, because if you take action on the Affluent Artist Masterclass, you will sell art, okay? And then attend the live sales sessions every week so we can answer your questions. We want to make sure that you're not sitting around, with questions and getting in your head and not trying, all right? Attend the live sales sessions so we can answer your questions. And then again, sell art. We want you to sell art. The goal is to put some money in your pocket for your God-given creativity, okay? And then we want you to share your results on social media about your experience, all right? So you can get access to the win your money back when you go to affluentartist.com, all right? Because your profit is guaranteed. And so you follow the steps, sell art, and you can win your money back. Or option number two, you will stay in the Affluent Artist, and we will continue helping you achieve your revenue goals when you go to affluentartist.com right now to sign up, all right? And so the real question that you got to ask yourself, is it worth taking a few minutes to check this out? Because even if it does half of what I say today, it will pay for itself as soon as you just sell one painting for $1,000, okay? That's all you got to do is sell one. So you just one collector away from your life transforming forever, man. When you get that first collector, everything changes, because that's when you know that you can absolutely do it. And that's when artists really start to get that momentum and start stacking the wins. All right. So you just one collector away from transforming your art and your life forever when you go to affluentartist.com. All right. And so again, when you join, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. You're going to get access to the Artwork 12-month gold account. You're going to become an affluent artist and join our community. We got some powerful bonuses today. All right. So when you get bonus number one, you get that luxury pricing method. Bonus number two, you're going to get that automated collector system. And for all the artists that pay in full, I'm going to personally walk you through how to get high income collectors on Facebook and Instagram ads. All right. So that's a total value of $10K. Also, for the artists that join tonight, man, we got a fast action bonus. I'm going to give you access to the Sold Out Art Challenge. All right. And so that Sold Out Art Challenge, man, this is the fun way that many artists use to sell art in the first 7 days. Okay. And so we also give you live handheld coaching to make sure that you get the results you're looking for. We also show you a secret way to get to your 100 dream collectors. And there's so much more in this Sold Out Art Challenge. All right. So this is a fast action bonus for everybody that signed up tonight. So again, you just one collector away. And this is only for the first 10 artists live. All right. So go to affluentartist.com and sign up. Let me know when you join in the chat. If you got a question, type your question in the chat. Okay. Type your question in the chat. All right. And so get started now by going to affluentartist.com. This is $11K value, man. You're going to get access to that Affluent Artist Masterclass, the Artwork 12-month gold account. You're going to become a member of the Affluent Artist community, and you're going to get some powerful bonuses. That luxury pricing method, the automated collector system. When you pay in full, I'm going to personally show you how to get those high income collectors. And the Sold Out Art Challenges for the first 10 artists only, all right? So that's a total value of over $11,000. But you can join today for a special 91% off discount for $9.99, or we got an affordable payment plan for $100 per month, all right? When you go to affluentartist.com. If you need help ordering, please text JOIN to 678-786-2221. If you are out of the country, if you're in another country other than the United States, use +1 678-786-2221. All right, if you got a question, type it in the chat. So listen, if you think you can't afford it, use what you learned in the masterclass today to start making some sales, okay? Use what you learned in the masterclass today to start making some sales, all right? At this point, man, I see a few artists have signed up already. Man, I'm really excited about that, okay? And we still got several artists that are still here. And so I can tell you probably want to sign up if you're still here, but you might got a question or something you need to work through to get answered before making that decision. So let's address those questions in the time that we have left. If you got a question, type your question in the chat. All right. And I'll be sure to answer your question. But I want to go through a few frequently asked questions that we get. Okay. So one, what if I already have a website? So listen, if you aren't making sales on your website, you can send all of your collectors to Artwork, and you can use our automated collector system so you can eliminate hosting costs and those monthly fees. Okay. If you already got a website, you're not making any sales, you can use the systems and the tools and the sites that we give you. Okay. If you want to keep your site, feel free to keep it if you like. Okay. Do collectors need an Artwork account? Collectors can buy as a guest, but we encourage them to get an Artwork account so they can track their art collection. All right. So they don't need one, but if they get one, they'll be able to track all of the art they bought from you and all of the art that they buy on the platform. Okay. How do I afford the investment? And so listen, affording the investment, man, one of the things that you can do is apply what you learned today. Many artists do that. And so just like Jasmine, she was started out giving her art away for free. She wasn't making any money with it. But when she started applying the art story to her art, she started pre-selling prints for art that she was still creating. Okay. So this is one of the fastest ways to be able to afford the investment. You got to sell something and make some money. And so I just gave you the game on how to do that. All right. Apply the wisdom so you can invest into yourself. Okay. How do I make the time? So listen, man, Brisha Jones right here, she a single mom. She got 2 kids. And so she made the time to sell this piece for over $2,500 right here. Okay. And so we got to make the time. Everybody got different situations, man, but we all got to figure it out. And one of the things that we do practically is we set what we call a success block that we do first thing in the morning, right? And so if you wake up earlier, even if it's just an hour, and work on your art business and work on making money, the first thing you do in the morning, man, that's powerful because you give the most refreshed and best version of yourself to your hopes and your dreams and your desires. Okay. And so that's how we make the time. All right. Can I do this from anywhere in the world? Absolutely. As long as you got a Wi-Fi connection, man, you are good to go. Okay. So Miss Joy, she was in Canada when she sold this piece right here for over $4,000, this mural that she did. So you can do it from anywhere in the world, and collectors can buy from anywhere in the world. All right. So Artwork is powered by Stripe. Any collector from anywhere in the world can buy your art. All right. What if I'm just getting started? So listen, that's a fair question, and I get it because we got some artists that are brand new, they haven't sold anything, and you might just really get into your practice of your art, right? And so one of my favorite stories to illustrate how you can get started under any circumstances is Tierra. So Tierra is an affluent artist, and when she started selling art using our program, her kids, they were 2, 5, and 7 years old at the time, and they were so inspired by their mom making money that they said they wanted to do it too. So think about the power of that, right? Most of us have been artists our entire lives, but we were discouraged as children. But imagine if you had a parent, a friend, or somebody in your family or in your neighborhood encouraged you and poured into you and actually showed you how to get money with your art. And so if these kids at 2, 5, and 7 can set a goal to make $250, but they end up selling over $500, man, you can do it too. All right. So we don't have any excuses to get started if a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 7-year-old can make some money. Okay. But it's just a powerful, inspiring story about, man, when you invest into yourself and the people around you and your family start seeing you just living out your dreams, man, you can inspire them to do the same, man. Powerful, powerful story that really touched me. Is the process too hard or technical? Absolutely not. All right. So Miss Valerie, she's a senior when she joined. She was 68, and she sold over $10,000 in the first 4 months. So it's really easy to do. She said she was taking her time to master each step, learning how to work these new to me apps, right? But again, we hold your hand and we help you through anything that you need, okay? She said, I'm feeling blessed. Everything is falling in place. The program works. 3 sold. All right, this is a senior. Also, artists, man, I encourage you to get resources or be resourceful, okay? I see some of y'all are saying that y'all can't afford it, all right? You got to be resourceful or get the resources somehow, some way. So Miss Stacy, when she joined, she was in a tough financial situation as well, right? She didn't really have her cash together, but she figured out how to be resourceful to get the investment to join the program. And after she joined, she was so happy because she said, yes, it works. She said, I made my call to a friend that said she wanted these paints when they're done. I told her they were ready so she could buy one for $250 or all three for $6, and she took all three, okay? And so you can get access to this when you go to affluentartist.com. Some artists want to know, is there too much competition? Listen, absolutely not, man. If y'all know art collectors buy all kind of stuff from a lot of different artists. And I'm an artist and a collector as well. So you see this piece behind my head, but I got art all over the house from all different artists, okay? So there's an abundance. There is not too much competition. If a collector like your art and somebody else's art, man, they'll buy both, okay? What is the artwork commission? It's only 10%. All right. And you keep all of your collectors' data and information. All right. The data is really the goal. So you can follow up with the collectors and make more sales. I noticed because as an artist myself, some galleries and dealers, they want to take 30 to 60% of your money. But in addition to that, they don't give you the collector's data because they don't want you to go direct and build a direct relationship with the collector and cut them out of their commission. Right. But we only do 10% commission. And we give you your collector's information because we want you to continue to have a lifelong relationship and keep selling, okay? Some artists ask, what budget do I need for ads? So you really only need $5 a day. All right? You can start with as little as $5 per day. So it's really, really affordable to start selling art, right? We saw one piece where Christy she invested $7 in ads and sold a piece for $700. Another time is a $45 investment. It made $1,400, all right? And so if you can invest more than $5, that's cool. But to get in the game, you really only need $5 a day. An artist, listen, being a full-time artist, it really beats working a 9 to 5, all right? So I absolutely love this right here. Mia, she sold this piece for $2,000 for a 2-year-old's bedroom, man. I love these hearts and the strings. It's an absolutely beautiful piece, man, that just came out lovely, all right? And so I know a lot of artists, you working a job right now, but you really want to be a full-time artist, and this is the path to help you accomplish that, okay? And that community support from the affluent artists, that's what really creates the success habits. One of the things that I've noticed inside the community is you get inspired by other artists selling art, right? You see artists selling art, breaking sales records, making money, and especially if you a little competitive and you like, hold up, now if they can do it, or I'm looking at their style and you think you better than them, man, it inspires you to get it done, right? And so that's the power of having community support. And then we don't gatekeep, right? If you got a question about how to get your art sold, we help you out to make sure that you get the results too. The goal is for all of us to be affluent artists and make money together, okay? And also, listen, I'm a hooper. Man, I like getting buckets, but one of the things I love to do is pass the ball and help somebody else, right? Be an assist guy, man. So that bleeds into how I run my community and handle my business as well, all right? And so if you're here right now, and if you searched on Google, if you searched on YouTube, if you've been on social media trying to find the information that you need to sell your art, man, you know information alone is not enough, right? You probably watched the videos, maybe read some books, some articles, follow people online. If you're not getting the sales that you want, you know it's not enough, all right? But if you want to get booked and busy like Toya, go to affluentartist.com, join today, and I'm excited to see you on the inside, all right? And so artists, man, you got to ask yourself, like, do you want money or excuses? Okay, we got to really ask ourselves, which one do we want? Because we can't have both. All right, we can come up with a lot of reasons why we can't join or we don't have the cash, and you can let that stop yourself from actually joining and transforming your life. Okay, but if you really want money, man, you got to be resourceful to figure out how to get what you need to go where you want to go. Okay, it's just really like that. You get a choice to make. Are you going to let what your perceived barriers get in the way of you changing your life? Or are you going to figure out what you got to do to invest into yourself so you can get access to the information, the coaching, the tools and the technology and the community that's going to help you get the sales, okay? And we all face a point in life where we got to figure out what we need to do to actually get what we want, okay? And so again, I've shared with you all how to use your art story. Man, that's one way. You can literally leave this webinar tonight, start posting your art story with your art, and you can start selling art, okay? You got to take some action, okay? And so speaking of action, man, a lot of times we don't really calculate the true cost of inaction, all right? Because what if this helped you start selling just one piece per week? You got to ask yourself, would it be worth it? All right, type yes in the chat if that would be worth it. Of course it will be worth it. All right, whatever you're selling, whatever your price point, if you just start selling one piece per week, if you just selling art for $100, it literally only take you 10 weeks to get your investment back, okay? But the bigger question that we got to ask ourselves is, what's the lost opportunity cost? What's the lost opportunity cost of not getting started now, right? It's December 2025. We about to roll into 2026. If you don't take any action for the rest of the year, you're missing out on holiday sales. All right, so you got to roll into January, missing out on that. If you don't take action by the start of the year, man, you got to miss out on all them sales you could have made in January. If you don't start by February, March, rolling into the spring, you're going to miss out on that money as well, right? We calculate lost sales based on inaction. And so you got to ask yourself, are the future missed sales really worth continuing to struggle to sell your art because you're trying to figure this stuff out on your own? Or you want to just like not do what you need to do, to whether you got to sell some art to get the investment, talk to friends and family to get them to invest into you, handle your business, man. Let's get it. We are here to serve. Excited to help you, because if you follow just one of the steps I shared on today's webinar, you can profit in the first week when you go to affluentartist.com. I've seen it happen time and time and time again. Again, family and friends are great as investors. All right. If you need to ask somebody to help you with the investment, do that. Man, people love to invest in others when they got a clear plan of what they're going to do to succeed. Okay. And so here's Miss Valerie. She said, Affluent Artist family, I want to share. This is a senior again. I finished this today. So she finished the piece today. She posted it. And in 3 hours, she got a sale. Think about the power of that. She was 68 when she started. Okay. Cherish, the first week in the program, she sold a piece for $450. All right. This is transformation. Also, some artists, they use PayPal. So PayPal has a credit line. All right. If you go to paypal.com/credit, you can apply to get a PayPal credit line. All right. And have PayPal make the investment for you. And so it works. It's very simple. So you have no payments and no interest on if you pay it in full in 6 months. Okay. And so you have to pay in full with the PayPal credit line, but you got 6 months to get PayPal to make the investment for you. You can take action on the program, start selling your art, and you can pay that back. All right. That's a powerful way that some artists use to get the investment. Okay. So go to paypal.com/credit. You can apply there. Once you get approved, you can go back to affluentartist.com, or you can text us if you want us to help you process your order to get you enrolled. Okay. And so artists, listen, the time is now. All right. Go to affluentartist.com. I see we got some questions and comments. I'm going to answer those here shortly. Man, the time is now. Man, I'm so excited to help all the artists that join. We still got several artists here. But here's Raquel, and I never remember talking to her. She said, so often I've been told that my prices are too high, and after so much time and money spent on coaching and marketing, trying to find my target audience, I was still struggling to make the high ticket sales that I wanted. After connecting with Sherez and noting and actively implementing the wisdom that I learned, without negotiation or hesitation, this collector purchased this piece at my $1,200 asking price. I am beyond grateful for the knowledge and the quick turnaround. All right. And so this is what happens, artists. The time for you to win is now. We're rolling into a new year, man. It's time to get this money, man. All right. So you got to do what you got to do to make the investment so you can get access to the wisdom, the knowledge, the community, and the tools that you need to succeed. All right. We can't roll into 2026 stuck in the same place and trying to spin our wheels and trying to figure this stuff out. Okay. And so let's accomplish your dreams together. And so I know, listen, I'm an artist as well. I used to be a starving artist. So I know that struggle with selling art is real because you just don't know how. And you don't have collectors coming to you that's interested in your art. But when that's gone from your life, how will you feel? Like, how much better will your life be? Think about that for a minute, okay? Listen, I know a lot of y'all working jobs, right? Some of y'all may not. But how much stress does just working a job and never really having enough money, not having enough time? Like, how much stress does that cause in your mind and your body, right? I absolutely hated it. When I was working a job, knew I still wanted to be an artist, right? But after you join, you get access to the wisdom and you take action, poof, it's gone, all right? I just want you to think about that. Like, just feel the load lighten when you finally join. Feel that difference, okay? And it all starts by going to the link below and joining now, okay? When you go to affluentartist.com. So I'm going to walk you through the checkout process real quick. So let me come back. Yeah, I see you said AJ said, AJ, excuse me, I like that you shared that you're not just an artist, you also collect art yourself. Absolutely, I collect art, man. I love collecting art. Art is just fly, man. It makes me feel good looking at it. It's a good investment if you know how to leverage it, and it's a great experience, man. But let me kind of take y'all through here real quick. All right. And so when you go to affluentartist.com, it's going to bring you to our order page. All right. You see at the top, it says, yes, Sharess, I'm in. And you still have some time. Okay. You got time to join. So you got time to get the resources together. Okay. Also, you can watch the replay before this offer expires Friday at midnight. All right. We also got the win your money back guarantee. So when you come, you really just need to put your name, your email, your phone number, put your address in. And then choose which one you want. All right, if you want to pay in full, you can pay in full. If you want the payment plan, you can select the payment plan. All right. And then also, man, if you want faster sales, you can book that one-on-one call as well. Okay. So whichever option you want, choose your option. If you want to use the link, you can use link, but you can also input your debit or credit card and then click the join now button. Okay. After you join, make sure you check your email and your text for your receipt, for your authorization form, and how to get access to the community, because that's where the program and everyone is. Okay, so let me come back. All right. And so artists, let's get started. All right, go to affluentartist.com to join right now. If you need help ordering, text join to 678-786-2221. Again, I'm going to do a quick recap. I'm going to look through the comments. If you got a question, please ask your question, type it in the chat. All right. So when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. You're going to get access to that Artwork 12-month gold account. You're going to get access to the Affluent Artist community, and you're going to get some powerful bonuses when you go and become an Affluent Artist today. All right. So bonus number one, you're going to get that luxury pricing method. Bonus number two, the automated collector system. And when you pay in full, I'm going to personally show you how to get exposure to those high income collectors and break that down so we can start helping you sell some art quickly. And then also fast action bonus, the first 10 artists that join, we're going to give you access to that sold out art challenge. All right. So that's a value of over $11,000. But you get a special 91% off for only $9.99 when you go to affluentartist.com. All right. We also got an affordable payment plan for only $100 a month for 12 months when you go to affluentartist.com right now to sign up and join. All right. If you need help ordering, feel free to text join to 678-786-2221. Again, text join to 678-786-2221. If you are in another country outside of the U.S., please use that +1 for the country code. So go +1 678-786-2221. All right, let me come back to the chat over here. See if we got some questions. Sunflower said yes. I encourage everyone here, don't stop. Absolutely. That's a good word. Don't stop. Let's get it, man. All right, we're going to 2026 with a lot of power and poise, okay? All right, so I don't have the funds yet, but I'm working towards it. So yes, I'm here for the knowledge and support. Let's go, man. It's good to still have you here. If you got a question, ask your question. All right, I love to share wisdom and just help artists, man. Again, I'm an artist and I'm a collector. I absolutely love to help us, man, because my belief is we all have a God-given talent with your art. And the goal is to live in abundance, man. Man, if you know, you know. Like art, listen, art quietly is one of the easiest things I've ever sold in my life. Man, I got so much experience. I've been in business for over 20 years, and I've helped people sell a lot of different products and services on my path to becoming a best-selling author, right? And becoming a tech founder and creating artwork and creating a system and a community for artists to sell their art. And listen, art is easy to sell. Like I don't really know another way to say it. The only difference is, do you know how, and do you have somebody teaching you what to do? It's either do you got the wisdom on how to do it or do you not? That's really it. But it's one of the easiest things to sell, man, especially when you start telling powerful stories with your art. Like if you got the talent, man, art, you don't even need the talent. I'm sure we've all seen some art that we might have thought was like not good, trash, not that skillful, and you seeing it sell, right? It happens all the time. And so I've even gotten to a point where like my opinion on the art don't even really matter, because I might not like something that somebody else is in love with, right? So I've learned to separate my opinion from whether something is going to sell or not. because it don't really matter, right? The most important thing is, man, do you know how to tell powerful stories, and do you actually know how to sell your art? That's really, really it. And man, it's crazy because if y'all like look at the art market, sometimes you see people selling art with a blank canvas. Like there'll be some crazy stuff going on in the art market. I didn't make it to Art Basel this year, but I went to Art Basel. I think that was either 2020 or 2021, and that was the year where they had the duct tape banana on the wall. Type yes in the chat if you remember that duct tape banana, right? And so I'm down in Miami at the convention center, and I'm watching this crowd of people crowd around this banana that's duct tape on the wall. And I was just blown away. People was going crazy for it. Like, and I'm like, man, it's kind of insulting because it ain't art at all. But then I think they sold a banana for like $125,000. And so I'm like, yo, like if they selling duct tape bananas to the wall for $125,000, listen, man, you can absolutely sell your art for the price that you want to sell it for, okay? You just got to know how to do it, all right? If we got any other questions, let me know. If not, I'm going to do one last recap, and we're going to get up out of here, okay? All right, I don't see... All right, so listen, man, if you're still here and you listening, make sure that you take action and do what you got to do to try to get the resources to join, all right? So it'll be a pleasure to serve you. I don't see any other questions, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here. All right, if you got one more question, type it in the chat, but I'm going to do my last recap. And again, you still have time to watch the replay. You can rewatch this presentation. Please use this wisdom and information to start selling some art so you can get the investment that you need to join the program. All right, you can ask friends and family, but you just got to be resourceful. You got the PayPal credit option. There are several different options for artists that want to figure out how they can get started and start making money. All right, so artists, get started now, man. I'm excited to see you on the inside. Congrats to the artists that joined. When you join today, you're going to get access to that Affluent Artist Masterclass. You're going to get access to the Artwork 12-month gold account. You get access to the Affluent Artist community, and you're going to get some powerful bonuses as well. Bonus number one, we're going to give you that luxury pricing method. Bonus number two, we're going to give you that automated collector system. And when you pay in full, we're going to show you how to get high income collectors. All right. And then also fast action artists that join today, you're going to get access to that sold out art challenge for the first 10 artists. And so that's an $11,000 value, but we got a special 91% off for $9.99 when you go to affluentartist.com to join. All right. Also, we got a payment plan that's only $100 a month for 12 months. So it's really affordable to get in here, start taking action, and getting some art sold. All right. So go to affluentartist.com. Join today. If you need help ordering, feel free to text JOIN to 678-786-2221. If you are outside of the United States, please text JOIN. Use that +1 country code 678-786-2221. My name is Sharess. I am signing off, man. Y'all have a blessed night. Thank you to all the artists that joined. Congratulations you for just investing the time into your wisdom and education to show up for this, okay? Man, I hope you are leaving this feeling more powerful, feeling more confident, and feeling more excited about the opportunity that you have to just live full-time, man, with your God-given creativity and your artistic gifts, all right? So again, join now. I'm excited for you to become an affluent artist. Go to affluentartist.com, and I'll see you on the inside, all right? Everybody have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all in a minute.